I'm Tracy Knutson, and I am the current Provincial Coordinator with Stops to Violence. So since I began with Stops a few years ago, there's definitely a number of changes that have happened with the organization. The biggest one that I notice is the diversity in our membership and the number of people that have become involved in so many different ways. And really ensuring that continued focus on collaborative partnerships, which is the foundation of the organization and what it was built on 25 years ago. So it's quite wonderful to see that that part hasn't changed. The other piece that we've really moved into over the last few years is around prevention. So working in areas, especially with youth and kids, and doing a lot more work in terms of youth leadership and prevention education through our Kids Matter program. And those are probably the biggest changes over the last while. What do I see as the main benefits of STOPS? One of the biggest benefits I believe that STOPS offers to the communities is that really strong demonstration of the success of collaborative work. The organization was founded on principles of collaboration and consensus, and that's worked for us for 25 years. The other big pieces that I notice in terms of benefits we're able to offer to our members is a level of support. So for example, when we have our meetings and we bring people together face to face, I'll see them come in the room. They're tired. They're sometimes questioning what they're doing. They're feeling like they're the only one in their communities that's doing the work that they are. And through connecting with other people across the province who are doing similar work and feeling in a similar way, you start to see that energy rise and the belief coming back in the work that we're doing, and people really grounding back into the vision that we can create positive change in our communities. So for the people that are actively involved in STOPS, I think that's one of the bigger pieces that we're able to offer them. And then the other part that we've worked really hard on over the last few years is to improve our communications and information sharing. So implementing things like our e-bulletin that goes out to share information with our provincial network and to promote opportunities and things across the province, and to really strengthen the connection between our members, because they're such a diverse population and regions that they're from, and so many different things that people are doing. And I think that helps people to really build on what they're doing by tapping into what others are doing. For me, STOPS has really reinforced the power of working together. I believe that we all know that that's a good way to do things, that that's a solid way of doing things, but until you actually experience it, it's hard to understand. And from a personal perspective, and I hear this from many people who are involved in the organization, having the conversations and the support from people who have perhaps shared life experiences that you have, again, that idea of understanding that you're not the only one that's had stuff happen in your life has been really significant. And it's really allowed me to turn around some of my own experiences into benefits and ways that I can help other people through what I know from lived experience. And I think, again, that's another thing that I hear from many people who are involved with us. From my perspective as provincial coordinator, one of the most value-added pieces that we do is we bring people together. Whether it's online, through information, face-to-face, through projects, what have you. And again, just really tapping into the powerful change that happens when people start to collaborate. One of the terms that we use a lot is coordinated, consistent approaches. And so through that coordination and coming together, we're able to intentionally and even unconsciously start to move towards a more consistent way of doing things across our province. And through basically positioning ourselves as a hub or a network type of organization, really creating that strength and that continuity of support for people. And I also think that through the way we work, we're able to create space for people to have conversations that they may not have otherwise, to look at innovative approaches that they may not think of otherwise, and to share resources and thinking in really different ways. The other huge thing that, again, STOPS was created specifically to do was to bring together different sectors. So we continue to work hard to engage government, to engage community. We're starting to work more with private sector, with community volunteers, and really focusing on that need to be collaborative across the sectors. We know that sitting back and pointing fingers doesn't work. So coming together with shared goals and shared perspectives, again, is really, really important for us to continue into the future. And the biggest thing is just supporting people in our province to make the change that they believe that's going to make a difference for future generations. That's really, I think, what this work is about. Supporting people in the here and now to improve their own lives, but also looking forward so that we're living in a different way in future generations.